Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So, as Rachel said, my name is Daniella, either way, it doesn't matter. And I have been Tochen Mazkirah of Netzer this past year. So please excuse the Netzer focus of this Devar. With camp so soon, it truly is at the forefront of all of our minds. And I think that this being a Netzer and Rena service, it's only fitting. So this week's Parshat is Vayishlach. And the general overview of it is that Jacob and Esau reunite, and the night before, Jacob wrestles with a stranger who renames him as Yisrael, and it also speaks of the tragic story of Dinah. So Dinah's story is a truly tragic one, and also one that is very close to my heart. So Dinah was looked at as an object, and as such, assaulted in ways that too many can relate to. However, in response, her brothers Shimon and Levi refused to let her father let her be married to the man who harmed her, and as a result protected her to no end. The love that Dinah's brothers had for her and the need they felt to protect her is something that I feel in my Netzer community. Sorry, my eyes are so bad. I know that my friends in Netzer are like family and that they would go to any end to protect me, and know that I would do the same. We are a family at Netzer and support, encourage, and believe in each other as such. Before their reunion, Jacob is concerned that Esau will still be angry with him, and is even scared that Esau will kill him and his family. However, the reunion is beautiful and filled with love, with Esau even kissing Jacob's neck. What I want to focus on here is reunion. So with camp just around the corner for our Chanis 2 weeks away and 1 week away for us Muddies, there are often nerves about whether relationships with people you haven't seen all year or haven't managed to keep in contact with will be the same or as meaningful. From my personal experience, they always are. My camp best friend Eden, who previously lived in Durban, and I mostly wouldn't see each other for the entire year. Yes, as we got older, we occasionally FaceTimed, but as soon as we were together again at camp, it was like nothing had changed. She is like a sister to me, and in that way I can relate to that relief that Jacob felt when encountering Esau again. Yes, vastly different scenarios, but there is nothing quite like that relief when you hug your camp best friend again after a long year and at the place that you love most in the world. Another very important part about this parasha is how Jacob wrestled with a stranger, or an angel. The story goes that Jacob wrestled with the stranger all night and knew it was impossible to win. The angel then touched the upper joint of his thigh and it was dislocated. At the end of it all, the angel renamed Jacob Yisrael. In our contemporary lives, and especially today, we are faced with so much tragedy in the world. With everything going on in the Middle East, there is so much media and talk and opinions and conflict in our own lives. We wrestle with those around us, and more often than not, with ourselves. We are challenged with the media and conversations that show different perspectives and facts that we did not know to be true, or still don't know to be true. However, we have to keep wrestling and learning in order to be able to make informed decisions for ourselves. And yes, I am dwelling on Netzer tonight, but I think that it is important to note that Netzer has given me the tools and the perspectives to make informed decisions for myself, to keep wrestling with my own understanding and pushing to change it and question it. I mean, more than Netzer to me, I think that that's what being a progressive Jew is. And I hope for all of our sakes that we keep pushing ourselves to understand the world around us in new ways and to hear varying perspectives in order to make those informed decisions. So what stood out for me the most, actually, was the peaceful reunion of Jacob and Esau. Even though Jacob assumed that Esau would still be angry or even violent towards him, I think the most, oh my goodness, my contacts are blurring, comes from the fact that, I think that this comes from the fact that after Jacob stole Esau's birthright, they didn't have conversations about where they stood or resolve the conflict that they were experiencing. And as a result, Jacob assumed the worst. In this time, where there is violent conflict happening in the Middle East, I think that a large amount of us experience conflict with our friend groups or even in our families. However, when we don't address things that are happening because we don't know where the other person stands or are scared of how the other person might feel about where we stand, we assume the worst about the other party. I experienced this firsthand a few weeks ago, and at the end of it all, when my friend and I came down to the conversation, we actually got closer because now this boundary of not being able to speak about things was broken. So I really want to encourage all of us to continue having these difficult conversations and learning and growing with the people around us. So, with peace at the forefront of my mind, I am so desperately hoping for it. And I also hope that we can all have the courage and strength to have all of these difficult conversations. Shabbat Shalom.